Welcome in, everyone, to another episode here in Alma, Missouri. In today's episode, we've got some fields that are ready to be harvested. First off, we have this alfalfa field that is ready, as you can tell, where I fertilized a while back and did not really grow back. So I'm not sure how we're going to fertilize that in the future. Might have to fertilize it right after we mow it before it starts growing. But then our field in the distance there, it'll be ready next month. So we'll get to harvesting it very soon. So let's get down and get this field started. Before we get started with the alfalfa, I'm going to come over here, and we did buy this new field cultivator, or cultivator. It's also known as a hoe. So we're going to get the weeds out of this field. Let me get a worker started on it so we can go over to our alfalfa. And we also swapped out our mower. Instead of the old mower we were using, we got rid of that Vermeer, and now we have a Kuhn mower. This is our new mowing setup. I think this will go a lot easier. Had so many problems with that Vermeer, especially when it comes to course play, and it took a while too. With this one, I can actually just mow the whole thing myself and not worry about it. I guess it helps if I unfold the front also. Let's get that turned on. In here a little bit. I don't want to run over any. That's my biggest issue. There we go. Now we can get started. Mow all this. Tell you, we're not getting anything where I had drove over. That's okay. This little New Holland, I think, has enough power to do the job. But if you are one of the new subscribers to the channel, I'm happy to have you in here. Glad you're part of the team now. We have gained a lot of subscribers with our Frontier series that we just wrapped up a few weeks ago. Now we're on to Alma, and coming up soon we're going to have Forgotten Isles. My daughter, she made the map of it, not the map, but the farm build. She did the farm build to that new series, and that'll be starting within a week or two. I would like to have it out in a couple days. I'm not sure if I'll get around to that or not. So, but right now we're going to continue here in Alma. But let me get this all mowed, and then we'll get to tedding it. As you can tell, the John Deere is having a rough time, saying the CVT transmission has gone out on it, so we're not going to be able to use it anymore. We're actually going to have a truck come in a little bit, get loaded up, and we're going to just sell it to the Higginsville John Deere dealership, and then we'll probably end up leasing some other tractor. We still need a heavy-duty tractor to be able to handle the heavy work here. This John Deere just was not cutting it. So, like I said, the dealership's here. They checked it out. It's a no-go. So we're just going to get rid of that and get something different. Well, there she goes. Last John Deere on the farm. I won't have another one of those. They're going to tell me how much they'll give it for me when they get it there and check it out. I'm sure it's going to lose a little bit of money because of the problems with it. But it's under warranty, so they should be able to kind of cover part of that expense. But at least it's gone. Now we'll just have to maybe keep an eye on if there's a sale coming up, if some other tractor's on sale. If not, we're just going to lease one. Let me get back and I'll hop in the tractor and finish mowing this field. We finished the mowing here. Get in and get it tedded. Now the sheep, of course, they will eat just the grass, but we always just ted it all up so we can make hay bales for the cattle. So I don't know if this being alfalfa, if we could actually use just regular alfalfa, or if we have to ted it first, but we're just going to ted it to be safe. He's almost done over in this field. He just has that far corner down there left, and all the weeds are done, except for when I set up course play, for some reason it skipped the outside row. It's the second time I've had a little bit of a field miss, so when he's done over there, I will go around it one time and get it all finished up. So let me get this all tedded, and then we'll probably get the Massey Ferguson over here and start raking it up, and then baler. Looks like another thing I need to do is get the weeds out of our cornfield over there. Forgot all about that field. Just finishing up this pea field here, and looked over and like, oh boy, I got that big field still to do. So right now I do have the New Holland tractor raking our alfalfa, so it'll be ready to bale. So I'll probably bale it before I come over here and weed this field. Could get a herbicide and just spray it. Probably go a little faster. At least a big sprayer. I don't think I have any sprayer yet. That's something. I also need to spread lime and fertilizer today before the alfalfa starts growing again. I want to get that all done so we don't drive on the alfalfa and kill it again like we did last time. I will finish going around this field, then we will get hooked up to the baler. I'm starting to think I'm going to need to buy another building. Kind of running out of places to put equipment. And I know this is just a cultivator, so it really doesn't need to be inside a building. Sometimes it's nice to make it look a little nicer around the farm. I'll just put it over here by our snow blade. There we go. Hook up to the baler and get to baling. He's already got a couple headlands done, and he's starting his back and forths now, so we'll have a little bit of work to do. Fortunately, you know, when we bale up the headlands, and the bales are a lot of times in the way for him. So now that we're short a tractor, I can't really start picking it up and bale at the same time. We'll work around it somehow. See, I'm folded. See if I can remember how to get everything turned on right. And there we go. Start right here first. Got quite a bit of a bale already in it. It's not doing the best on turning around. Kind of overlapping a little bit. I think we'll get it all right. Could always just get a forage wagon and pick it up that way, but I kind of like putting it in bales because then it's easier to just dump right in the feeder wagon. Just need to slow the speed down on this thing. Kind of goes a little fast. Now the real speed mod is turned on. See, is that just our first bale coming out? I think so. All right, well, let me get this part of this done up, and then we'll try to move some of these bales out of his way. Well, we got caught up to the rake, so I just dropped the baler and thought we'll come up here and start picking this up. So I can see there's a bale there on the end that he'd probably get really close to. I tried to dump him off at the bottom of the hill. He didn't. Well, for once, we didn't have to pull the weight of the bales up the hill, but for two, so they wouldn't be in his turnaround area. There's still a couple that still is in bad spots. So I'll go pick them up real quick. Once this is full, drop it off and then get back to baling. Well, that's going to work out perfect. Had just enough bales. One full load. Nope, take that back. There was 2 more bales up here I didn't notice. Forget what I just said. Nah, they can stay. They're not in the way. I just load those up and take them right into the sheep pen. This thing unloaded. Now, the first time I did this, I did not put it close enough to the building. Let's see if I can do it right this time. I know another time I did it, and I put it on the roof of the building, so that didn't work quite right either. Hopefully this time, back as far as I can. There. Hey, it took it all. Perfect. All right. Park this thing and get back on the baler. I think there's an invisible tractor still running this PTO shaft. I think that's supposed to be working quite like that. But I can't just pull it around the field. I wonder for super strength if I could just pull it around, pick it up without a tractor. I don't need a third tractor. All right, back to baling. Well, I decided to hurry and get the lime on before I forget it. Lime, and we'll know where we've been, so then we'll hit it with fertilizer right afterwards. Another 10 bales off of it, so it'll be 28, so 38 bales, I believe, off this field. It's a pretty good amount. Thought about selling that last load, but we have more bales than we need, so we might end up pulling, 14 out of the barn, just selling them, and the market's good for those. I don't think we need this many. But I'll finish this lime, and then I'll get the fertilizer out here, do it. Then I'll go out our cornfield, get it all weeded so there'll be no weeds in it. Skip ahead a couple months and we will go ahead and harvest our barley field. So I'll see you guys in a couple months. Welcome into June. It turns out we were only 1 month away from harvesting our barley fields. We're getting it set up right now. We got the auger wagon already, not the auger wagon. We're hooking up to the auger wagon. But we actually already have the auger set up to the grain bin over there. Get all this stuff out of the barn so we can get into our combine so we can get it hooked up to our chromed out looking bean head we have after all the paint washed off it last time. Get over there and get our combine set up and get in the field. I keep looking at the used tractor market, and right now there's not even a small tractor on it, let alone a large tractor that we need. So I'm keeping my eye on a Caterpillar Challenger or a Case IH tractor that is available. They're both new. I'm hoping they'll end up having a used one soon. See them all set up here so I can actually see what I'm doing. Yeah, that's the head, all chromed out. Not sure why it looks like that. The paint is gone. We're able to get this fertilized and lined over here on our right. All the weeds are out of our other fields. These peas actually look pretty good right now. They're coming up really nice. We got the weeds out of the cornfield as well and got it fertilized. Let me see here if I get this working, and I'm going to try to set it up to where I can catch the straw off of it as well. Let's see if it's turned on correctly. Never remember which button does it. I got it. There, I got it. Yay! Alright, let's get a headland done around here. Probably hire a worker to do this because we're already 8%. We haven't gone very far. Let me get him started and we'll go get the auger wagon. I'm over here looking at our cornfield and it looks like there's weeds in here, but it doesn't say there's any weeds, and we got rid of the weeds, last month. So I'm not sure what's happening over here. Definitely going to have a weed problem though. I don't know. It says there's none, but it sure looks like it. This field over here, see, it looks fine. Looks like it's supposed to, except for that one weed here in the middle of the field. I'm not sure what's wrong with that. Must just missed it with the hoe. I'll get back and get the auger wagon and we'll get started. We got the guy running over there right now. He's doing pretty good on his first headland still. Shouldn't be too long till he's ready. Well, then we'll fire up the Volvo truck, get it out on the gravel so we can load it up. Of course, we're not going very far. I'll check the market, see when the best time to sell barley is. Looks like the best time is in December. Got a long ways to go. Right now, it's about the lowest price. So we're only coming in at about $8.75 is the best we're going to get out of it. So we're going to definitely hold it in our bin. This works a lot better anyhow than with the duals. You can reach up in there and not have a problem. I still would like that to have a little bit longer auger on it. It seems like we should be able to get a little bit closer instead of having to come at an angle. Which we can do it without the angle, but it does help. So let's get out of his way and get started. I'll show you another field right next to a farm that I'm thinking about buying. Of course, yeah, right now we got about $200,000 out of that John Deere tractor. We don't really have enough money to buy a new tractor anyhow. But this field here, it's just vacant right now. I thought we could buy it. It's really close to the farm. See, it's this field 8 here. Of course, we're in 9 right now, and then this is our alfalfa field in 3. So I thought we could turn it into another grass field. I've debated on that, because we don't have any grass fields right now. We have some grass in between each field that we could mow if we needed, but right now the alfalfa field is enough to keep all of our livestock in check. So that's a possible investment. Let's see, I don't think it costs too much either. $141,000 leaves us about half of our money. Right now, we just don't have a tractor that can actually, till it up. We'd have to use our no-till planter, and that's going to take everything this tractor has just to run it. It actually requires more horsepower than this tractor has. But we're going to have to do it because right now The sell market has nothing but this Valtra, and the best I can get out of that is 271 horsepower. That's not much bigger, because I think this is 260. So it's not really going to help us any. It takes all it has just to pull this auger wagon. It's only half full. He should be about full, so we'll go catch up with him, get him offloaded, and bring it to the semi. Well, I've decided we're going to go ahead and lease this. We did upgrade the engine to 431 horsepower. I do like the Challenger. Growing up as a kid, our neighbor had a Challenger. Kind of like this, of course, a lot older model, and I always thought it was the coolest looking tractor. So I'm going to go ahead and lease it. It's like $21,000 to get started, but we'll be able to have enough money left over to buy the field next to us. So we can actually plant it. I'll probably plant it in soybeans also. Since this will be soybeans, that'll be soybeans, but we can also get out here right now and get started with baling this field up. So I probably should put it on this auger wagon and put the Massey Ferguson on the baler. So let me get some things switched around, get it down here. Well, since we already had the Massey Ferguson hooked up, I just had the Challenger start with the baler. I think it'll be fine. I mean, he'll do great. I mean, the Massey Ferguson is a little weak on power. This auger wagon actually weighs quite a bit, fully loaded. This will overfill our semi. We'll have a full truckload already, and then some. So we'll get it up in the bin and come back and keep unloading this guy. There we go. It's going in the bin like it's supposed to. Zoom out. I don't know how you could open the covers on that so it's not going through the lid on the bin. I remember growing up being the guy that gets to climb up to the top and open and close those little covers. I always hated that part. I'm not good with heights. Like in a bucket truck, I'm fine. I can climb up as high as you want. Or not climb up, but go as high as you want. On a ladder, oh, I always dreaded that. Of course, the newer style bins got those nice little cages around the ladder going up. Not on the bins we grew up with. Just you in the open air. The A.O. Smith harvester system, I was never able to climb up it. It was way too high for me. Let me get back and get some more of this. Last time I was going down the hill, I decided I needed to sneeze out of the blue, so I dropped the controller, threw off the headset, and the tractor rolled right through the edge of that field, drove right over the crops. Like, oh man, I would have just been over just a little bit more. I hate tearing up crops by driving through it. You know, I did all kinds of damage to the alfalfa field the last time I fertilized it. Now here I am driving through other fields. We're going to actually get a lot of barley off of this. This is going to be close to filling the truck up with just this one, since I had some left over from the previous. Get this off. I have to start maybe moving some of the bales off the ends so that your combine can turn around. Looks like the Challenger still has one more round of the field to go, and then we're probably going to be getting close to the combine's turnarounds, which is really not a whole lot left. It's definitely over half done, I think. I'll finish this combining and see how many liters we get out of it. Well, this is the last of our barley field. Okay, quite a little bit out of it. We definitely get a lot of straw. Still got quite a little ways to go there, so we'll take the rest of this to the truck, come back with the loader trailer for the bales, get the rest of those picked up, those put in the barn, then we'll be able to bring a planter out here and start seeding this in soybeans. I think we do have enough money left over. We will go ahead and buy that field next to the alfalfa field down there. We'll seed it in soybeans too, so we can have both these come available for harvest at the same time. Get this combine put away and finish putting the beans in the bin, or the barley, I guess, in the bin. Another thing I wish I had money for would be another cattle barn. So we can raise our small bulls in there until they're big enough to sell. I'd also like to have either milking barn or some kind of barn to do more than just beef cattle. I really don't want to mix them all in here. I just want this to kind of be a growing barn for them, so we get these bulls big enough to be able to sell for beef. Right now, let's see what the price is. Right now, their price is up to $406 a piece. So that's a lot more than the $100 we paid for them. So we got 4 times our money, but I want to let that number keep growing. We did have more lambs, though. We have our one full-size female lamb. It's had like 5 now. Yeah, 5. So she had triplets that last time. She's doing really good. Maybe we need to do sheep. They really reproduce good. But let me get this all put away and get the rest of the... Oop. Looks like when I went to that screen, I drove right into the tree. We'll get the rest of the crops in the bin. And then start picking up bales. This is the remainder of our barley. Offloaded here. Alright, get up here and see how many liters it's going to be. There, still going. It's like 98,000 liters. It's a pretty good harvest. Put this thing away and get down there, finish those bales. Then we'll get the Challenger hooked up to our planter. I got to remember to leave room in there. I mean, the Challenger on tracks, it'll maneuver really easy in the barn. I might just pull this thing in straight. And always back it out. We'll go to the side here so we can get the other tractor in to get that planted. Alright, should be good enough. Yeah, I think it'll be room. Far enough in that we can close the door. Let's get picking up those bales. Well, I bought that field next door. We're going to go over there first and seeded in soybeans. I still have straw bales I'm picking up on our side, the little crick. So I'll finish this one, and hopefully by the time he's done over here, I'll have the straw bales picked up over there. Got her filled with seed and liquid fertilizer. Folded here. I forgot how long this thing takes to unfold. Get unfolded and get her started. Looks like we do have some rocks in this field, but we're not going to get picked up this time. It should be okay. It's getting rid of the weeds, but I'm pretty sure once I get out of the way, we're going to have weeds growing. Yep, so we're still going to have to come back here next month and either spray it with herbicide or bring our cultivator out and get these weeds out of here. Should pick these rocks up first, but with all the lime, you really can't see the rocks in it. I guess you can. There's some down there. Well, while he's planting this field, I'll go back across and get the rest of the straw bales. Well, I had just the one bale left. I thought that was too few to worry about bringing the pickup trailer back. Choose this little tractor here. Put it off the ground. Take it right to the cows. They could use it in the barn. I think it's supposed to make manure. I don't think it's actually making manure because I don't have a manure like storage place for it set up. We only have the liquid manure, which reminds me we need to get a slurry spreader so we can start using that as fertilizer instead of using all this fertilizer in the fields. It's costing us all this money. I do believe that should do it for this episode here on Alma, Missouri. If you enjoyed this episode, be sure to slap that like button. If you haven't become a subscriber of the channel yet, we would love to have you part of the crew. So until next time, have a blessed day, and bye-bye.
What do you think? If a man has 100 sheep and one of them goes astray, does he not leave the 99 and go to the mountains to seek the one that is straying? And if he should find it, assuredly, I say to you, he rejoices more over that sheep than over the 99 that did not go astray. Even so, it is not the will of your Father who is in heaven that one of these little ones should perish.